Welcome to Mindful Objective, the podcast where we take a grounded, holistic approach to understanding health challenges in the modern world. I'm your host, Dr. Daniel Sproul, integrative health practitioner and professor. Today's episode is all about your questions. We're diving into a new round of listener submitted concerns, from unpredictable blood sugar swings and frustrating workout recovery to tension headaches, brain fog, and stubborn joint stiffness that seems to creep up out of nowhere. These aren't just everyday annoyances, they're messages your body is sending, right? Your body's trying to communicate with you. And in this episode, we'll explore those messages, what they might mean through an integrative lens, often practical strategies to support your health, your energy, and your healing. As always, a quick reminder, this podcast is for informational, educational purposes only. We do not diagnose, cure, or treat any illness or disease. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Leah. I'm 37. I try to eat healthy, mostly whole foods, not a lot of sweets, but sometimes after I eat, I get super shaky and kind of dizzy. It happens even after things like oatmeal or a smoothie. I do not understand this because it's not like I'm eating junk food. Could something else be making my blood sugar weird? Leah, even healthy foods can cause blood sugar spikes if they aren't balanced with enough protein or fat, right? Oatmeal and smoothies spike blood sugar fast if not paired with protein and fiber. So try adding a scoop of protein to your smoothies or nuts with oatmeal. Also, stress spikes cortisol, so raising blood sugar artificially will do this, right? Regular protein intake, blood sugar balancing, and stress management can help stabilize these swings. Testing fasting insulin may give you more insight too. Listener question number 2. Severe cramps, but no period. Hi, Tasha. She says, hi, I'm Tasha. I'm 32. The last few months have been confusing. I get intense cramps like my period is coming, but sometimes it never shows up or it's really light. The cramps are strong enough that I feel like I need to lay down. I'm not on any birth control and my doctor don't seem too concerned. Just says it could be stress. But it feels like there's more to that and I'm worried. What could be causing this? Well, Tasha, this sounds like voluntary cycles. This is where your body prepares your period but doesn't ovulate, right? Throwing hormones balance off. So without progesterone rising after ovulation, estrogen stays unopposed, right? Which causes uterine irritation and cramping even without bleeding. Another one would be stress can block ovulation, but so can thyroid problems. Another one would be nutrient deficiencies and low calorie intake. So what you want to do, focus on blood sugar stability, eat enough fats for hormone production, and track your cycle. Seed cycling and gentle liver support can also help regulate hormones. So if this continues, we could run a functional hormone test here. This would kind of reveal whether you're ovulating and give much better full hormone map of more than what you get in basic blood work. So listener question number 3. Hi, I'm Steve, 46, have 2 children that keep me busy. I understand that. He says, lately, when I eat anything with a lot of fat, salmon, olive oil, eggs, I get the pressure feeling in my stomach and feel bloated for hours. It's weird because it didn't used to happen before. Could it mean something wrong with my digestion or gallbladder? Well, Steve, when fats cause pressure and bloating, a sluggish bile flow is usually the reason, right? Bile breaks down fats, and without moving it freely, digestion slows and causes discomfort. Bitter foods like arugula or lemon water before meals help naturally stimulate bile. So just remember that. Lemon water, arugula, help naturally stimulate that bile. So eat smaller meals. We always tell people smaller meals, stay hydrated, another big one. And light walking after eating can also support digestion. If symptoms continue, checking gallbladder functions with imaging or liver function tests could give you more clarity. Listener question number 4. I'm Elena, I'm 41. Last year was rough. Personal stuff, work stress, and ever since then, it's like my body's trying to shut down. Emotionally, I'm getting better now, but physically, it's different. Like my libido is just gone, and it has nothing to do with my husband or anything. It's just I have no libido. I don't even feel like myself sometimes. Can stress do this? And can it actually be fixed without crazy treatments that my doctor wants me to do? It's another good question, Elena. Absolutely. So, chronic stress deeply impacts libido by diverting hormone resources away from DHEA, progesterone, testosterone, all stuff we test for in a hormone panel, right? That's why we recommend testing. Let's look at those hormones. Let's see if it is a hormone issue. So, when cortisol stays elevated long enough, your sex hormones take a backseat to survival, right? Now that you're emotionally healing, rebuilding your body resilience is crucial. You want to focus on healthy fats like avocado and salmon, prioritize strength training, and ensure deep restorative sleep. People don't understand how important sleep is, but it's very important. Adaptogens like maca and ashwagandha, those will both gently support hormone rebalancing naturally. Another thing I would say do is you want to support your liver detoxification. This is very important too. So hormones are cleared properly and don't back up in your system, right? Another thing we say, running a hormone panel. So we want to look at that DHEA. We want to look at your testosterone. We want to look at your cortisol. Then we want to kind of guide you with targeted support. So with the right nourishment and pacing, libido can absolutely come back without extreme measures. I mean, especially like you said, it's not a personal issue between you and your husband. You're fine there. But is it your hormones, right? So let's look at that DHEA, testosterone, cortisol. And a lot of times when clients say they went to their primary care physician and they ran labs, oh, they tested my hormones, they did my thyroid. A lot of times they do not test these different aspects of your hormones. Like rarely do they test cortisol, rarely do they test testosterone, DHEA, even thyroid, right? They do partial labs. So again, that's where functional lab testing comes in. We do more in-depth labs. So even though you may have conventional labs done, it's not seeing the whole picture because oftentimes they did not test because insurance doesn't cover it. So on to listener question number 5. Hey, I'm Dean. I'm 50 years old. I get decent sleep and my stress isn't too crazy. But the mid-morning or lunchtime, my brain feels like it's running on slow motion. It's not exhaustion exactly. It's like my focus and sharpness aren't there. Any idea what this could be causing? And yeah, we kind of touched about this in another Q&A, but we'll go still into it, Dean. So brain fog despite good sleep essentially points to blood sugar crashes, so nutrient depletion and mitochondria fatigue. So this could be low B12, it could be magnesium, DHA, often omega-3s, right? Even gut inflammation can affect brain energy. So you want to do a protein-packed breakfast. So at least, 20, 30 grams of protein. We always push for, 30 grams would be good. As soon as you wake up, get that protein-packed breakfast. And DHEA from wild fish or supplements can help feed brain mitochondria. So if the issue continues, functional testing like organic acid tests can show deeper imbalances and what's stealing your mental clarity. So again, that's why we always push for functional lab tests. What can we see? Let's look at, you have these symptoms, but now let's look at actual markers or metric people. So we like to see it on paper and say, you know what, here is your exact issue, right? Let's work on this root cause here. And often we do not test. You try to take supplements or rebalance the body based on symptoms. It might be even longer journey, or you may take something you don't need. So again, start with 30 grams of protein on your breakfast and, be sure to address, are you low on B vitamins? Do you need magnesium? Do you need omega-3s? Looks like we have 8 questions. Yeah, we have 8 questions for this episode. So the next one is listener question number 6. Hi, Nora here. I'm 46. Lately, my knees and hands are so stiff when I wake up. It loosens up a little bit once I'm moving, but it's still annoying. I'm wondering if this is normal aging or something else I should actually look at. I did hear your podcast before, and you did mention about not everything's age-related, and sometimes it's based on other issues with the body. So that's what I'm here for. No, yeah, exactly, Nora. So morning stiffness often points to low-grade inflammation rather than normal aging, right? Everything's not about aging, but how's your inflammation? Another one would be leaky gut, mild autoimmunity it could be. Or a big one is nutrient deficiencies, especially omega-3s and magnesium can trigger joint tightness. That's why you hear a lot of people out there, they have arthritis and stuff or a lot of inflammation in the joints. What do we say? Well, one, check your uric acid levels. It could be a joint issue. right? The other one would be, is it inflammation? Let's start with omega-3s and magnesium, and that's man, I would say that a lot of I would just say almost everybody has a good amount of inflammation in their body. So omega-3s and magnesium can never hurt. So anti-inflammatory diet also. So right, you want to stay with greens, berries, fish, turmeric. This helps regulate inflammation naturally. So you probably want to add also collagen and magnesium, which can support joint mobility. So if stiffness keeps worrying and gets you like, if it gets worse right after taking supplements for a few months, if it still to get worse, stool testing or inflammation panels can uncover hidden causes clearly. So if you don't want to just blindly supplement, and you want to get tested, we could do stool testing or inflammation panels to kind of uncover the different issues you do have. So on to the next question, Ian. Hi, I'm Ian. I'm 39. I'm in front of a screen a lot. I get these tight squeezing headaches almost daily. They start around my temples and neck. Stretching my neck sometimes helps a little, but they come back. What else could I do to stop this? Ian, this is one that hits close to home. I understand totally, especially if you get too busy. So tension headaches are fueled by chronic muscle tightness, dehydration, poor posture, and even sometimes magnesium depletion. And what a lot of people don't say is a lot of times tension headaches are really migraines, and people either aren't diagnosed with migraines or don't realize they have migraines. And but a lot of times these tension headaches can be migraines, especially in my case, my personal case where I don't think I ever had just a headache. They always been a migraine, and I knew that just by taking certain supplements, or if I did take a Nurtec, Neurotriptan, or something like that. If it got rid of that, I knew, well, it's not a headache because these only work for migraines. So again, tension headaches are fueled by chronic muscle tightness, dehydration, again, poor posture, magnesium depletion. So every 45 minutes, move your body. Even brief neck and shoulder stretches help. Deep breathing exercises, focus on longer exhales, can calm nerve tension. Supplementing with magnesium glycinate and checking hydration are important. Again, get those electrolytes in every morning. It's the first thing I do as soon as I wake up, electrolytes and then protein. So keep that in mind. A lot of people don't realize how important electrolytes are to the body, but you got to rebalance your electrolytes. Often many people are depleted. They don't get those back in their body. So buy a high quality electrolyte supplement and watch on the sodium because so many of them contain such high amounts of sodium. I personally use Body Health's electrolyte one with the amino acids in it. Love the product. And again, 20% off if you go to the website. So if headaches continue, myofascial therapy and posture correction exercises can provide real long-term relief. Another thing I would say too, which is beneficial for me, is going to a chiropractor, but same that massage therapy. Nothing feels better. So last question of the day. Listener question number 8. I'm Lila. Yep. She's 34. She has 4 children. Says they keep her busy nonstop. She loves working out, usually lifts weights 3 to 4 times a week, but lately she feels her recovery is awful. She says, I'm sore for days, even after lighter workouts. I try to stretch and drink water, but it doesn't really fix it. I don't want to stop training, but sometimes something feels off. Is this normal, or am I missing something or doing something wrong? Another great question. Poor recovery often signals mineral depletion, right? Protein insufficiency. So are you getting enough protein every day? High cortisol. This could slow down tissue repair. So again, prioritize at least 30 grams of high quality protein within 30 minutes post-exercise to rebuild muscles efficiently. So you want to replenish minerals. Again, electrolytes are great. So magnesium, potassium, sodium, especially if you sweat heavily, right? Are you doing a sauna after a workout? Is there more to it? Are you just depleted in electrolytes? And that's the main issue. But again, high quality protein within 30 minutes of post-exercise. Replenish those minerals. Deep sleep is essential. Supplements like magnesium, threonate, glycine can support deeper sleep stages, right? That's another one, right? Take it before bed. Also evaluate your stress load. So if your cortisol stays elevated, your body can't fully switch to repair mode. Things don't improve. Running a basic adrenal panel or a nutrient test can reveal exactly where your recovery is breaking down. So small tweaks can prevent bigger problems later. Again, functional lab testing. Do you need to do these tests a few times a year and get on the right path, right? And, everything's not always long term. Sometimes it's just testing, changing your nutrition, right? Eating properly, proper hydration. Do that for a couple months and sometimes usually get off the supplements too, as long as you stay eating and keep your nutrition up. Retest again in 6 months or a year and see how you're doing. Take it day by day. So again, that was the last listener question, number 8. So if you do have any questions, mindfulobjective.com/podcast. Feel free to submit a question. It's free. I'll discuss it on the air. Not a problem. Help get you on the right path. And if you still struggle, then you can reach out for actually personalized care, such as some functional labs, and go from there. So that wraps it up for this episode. Today, we unpacked 8 real-life health struggles, right? Blood sugar crashes, lingering muscle soreness, brain fog that interrupts your day. What else? We talk about recurring tension headaches, low libido, stubborn joint stiffness. So what you're experiencing, again, isn't random. You're not just getting older. It's your body's way of communicating signals to you. And when we approach these symptoms through root cause lens, we uncover ways to truly support change, not just manage discomfort. Again, you don't need to be treated for a symptom, and we don't do that here. But you need to rebalance the body, let your body heal. It's a reminder, this podcast is for informational, educational purposes only. We do not diagnose, cure, or treat any illness or disease. So if today's episode sparked new insights or offers some encouragement, share it with someone who might be carrying the same frustrations. Your healing journey can inspire someone else to start theirs. Again, that's why I learn and then help others, right? It's just not me helping these people, but you are too. So once you get knowledge, continue to help other people, pass it on. So to submit your own question for future episodes, again, visit mindfulobjective.com/podcast and follow us at Mindful Objective for more resources, tools, and support. So until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep tuning in to what your body's trying to tell you all along. Stay well.